Hey now, everybody, welcome back to Game Time. Kyle here, your humble host of this Game Time YouTube channel. This is a special week. We're taking a look at Book Week here on Game Time. We took a look at the Zelda one already. This episode, we're going to be taking a look at Art of Atari. And like I said in the previous video, I kind of tried to capture a few different types of books. So, join me as we flip through the Art of Atari. This one's for Duke and Mars and STC Pod, Bill, a bunch of Atari fans that I follow from the Cartridge Club. A few others as well, but I can't start naming them all off. Basically what we're doing, by the way, in the video is just flipping through the books real quick. I want to show them off. I think they're great collectors, things to have, especially if you're a fan of like Zelda or Mario or Atari here. Just a great companion piece to have. And it's a pretty darn thick book. We're not going to take a look at every single page, but we're just going to flip through it here over the next 5 minutes, just kind of see a little bit of what it's about. Contents here. See a little bit of what the book will have. Pardon the shadow down there. Good old Pac-Man. So yeah, we'll just flip through this. Like I said, we're not going to take a look at every single page either. So great articles too. Birth of Atari. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but I really look forward to sitting down. It's nearly winter time here, so I'm going to have a nice cozy blanket, some warm drink, and definitely want to read through some of these articles. I love the pictures from the past there, so I think it's going to be great. Looks like a production line of some Atari computer units. They're definitely not consoles. See what a little bit of what's about. Art and design. See some vintage Atari ads. Video game library. Kind of the fonts that they use. Atari always had an interesting font in all their games and box art and stuff. And like I said, I'm skipping through a few pages here. Not going to take a look at every single one. This was kind of interesting. Some original logo ideas. I always found this page kind of interesting. That's a weird one right there. Kind of like that one. Very futury. I'm glad they stuck with the one that they did stick with. Talks about some of their arcade cabinets and stuff. Like I said, very 70s right there. Some flyers and artwork for the arcades. There's Food Fight. Love that one. Home consoles. Everyone will recognize the good old Atari VCS or 2600. Oh, this one I don't want to skip over any because we see a couple different Ataris there. I have the Vader one myself. Never had the wood grain. I really should get that. 5200 I have. It just none of my controllers work, but that was a famous issue. 7800. Backwards compatible with the original Atari carts. Some of their computers. I think that might have been what we saw in that production photo a few pages back. Must have been that. Atari Lynx handheld, fantastic handheld. And Jaguar, the system itself's good, just suffered from a lack of great games. So, original box art. Some of their dedicated Pong consoles as well, even prior to the Atari, and around the same time. So here's some of the a few games. Of course, it's not every single one of their games in the Atari library, but get to see they kind of had this similar box art and stuff. It's kind of neat. Some people, artist profile. I'm not sure if that's an interview. Just kind of talks about some of the artists and some of the people who worked at Atari originally. So get to take a look at some games too, and a little bit of what it's about. Hunt and Sky. I actually don't think I've heard of that one. So it's kind of an interesting way to find out a little bit more about some games. So I'm just going to super flip through a bunch of pages here real quick. Space Invaders, a classic. No doubt they'll have a nice article on E.T. I think we saw that in the contents as well. E.T. and Pac-Man, some pretty notorious. Oh, look at that! I just turned right to it. E.T. for the Atari. So definitely a very interesting article, and of course the whole dig site turned out to be true. That's a very fascinating documentary, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a future video. Found some other cards other than E.T. That one I found a little bit surprising. So I think I'm pretty much going to cut it there. I mean, pretty much get what the idea is. I'm going to go to the back page here and just do a quick flip through. Got the index and notes, Atari Force comics. I need to get those. And just a lot of other promotional work and advertisements. Looks like some concept art here as well. Yeah, definitely some concept. Atari 3200, that's weird. I know there was a Atari 2700 actually. Sort of what if, some alternate packaging. So yeah, just basically just a really fun book for any big Atari fan. I know I am. I know a few of my Cartridge Club members are. Definitely highly recommend the book. It's it's great. But yeah, just a fun companion piece. It's this nice hardcover, has this fancy little bookmark thing on the bottom. So, yep, Art of Atari, that's pretty much what it is. Thank you everybody for flipping through with it with me, and we'll see you in the next video for some classic home video games from Brett Weiss. Fantastic set of books. We'll take a look at them next time on Game Time.